Hi, welcome to On This Day in Tudor History with me, Claire Ridgway, and also Teasel the dog. She just thought she'd join me today because it's a bit of a horrible day, isn't it? You just want to be cuddled up to mum. Yeah, it's really rainy here, and not that we can go out anyway, but I've moved here, this room today, just because of the pounding on the roof in the other room. Now, where are we going back to today, Teasel? Well, we're going back to the reign of King Henry VIII. For on this day in Tudor history, the 23rd of March 1540, Waltham Abbey, an Augustinian house in Essex, was surrendered to the Crown. It was the last abbey to be dissolved in Henry VIII and Thomas Cromwell's dissolution of the monasteries. It was the richest religious house in Essex, with a net value of its 1,150 acres being listed as £900, 4 shillings and 3 pence, and the gross value being £1,079, 2 shillings 1 pence yearly. Henry VIII rewarded his friends and favoured courtiers with monastery lands, and it was Anthony Denny, a member of the King's Privy Chamber, who later became his Groom of the Stool, who benefited from the dissolution of this house, being granted in April 1541 a 21-year lease of the property of Waltham Abbey. You're getting very excited about the pigeons out there, aren't you? Yes, pigeon alert. Teasel's just gone to have a look at what the pigeon's doing. He received further Waltham assets following the death of King Henry VIII in 1547. Now, I just want to share with you an extract from my book, Tudor Places of Great Britain, about Waltham Abbey. Today, the Abbey Church, gatehouse and bridge and a few ruins are all that remain of Waltham Abbey, an abbey whose origins dated back to the 11th century, when a church was refounded at Waltham after Harold Godwin, Earl of Wessex, father of Harold II, was healed of paralysis after praying before the Holy Rood at Waltham. The church was refounded in 1177 as an Augustinian priory as part of Henry II's penitence for the murder of Thomas Becket. It was raised to the status of an abbey in 1184 and became one of the most important monastic houses of England. Teasel's having a good look around for this pigeon. The church is the resting place of King Harold II, and the Abbey Library was home to the 13th century Waltham Bible. The church was a major site of pilgrimage in the medieval and Tudor periods. Waltham was the last abbey to be surrendered to the Crown during the dissolution of the monasteries and was dissolved in 1540 and granted to the Denny family. It was at this time that the monastic buildings and the parts of the church that stood east of the crossing were sadly demolished. Visitors to the church today, which is known as the Abbey Church of Waltham Holy Cross and St Lawrence, and which serves as the parish church of Waltham Abbey Town, can still see the Norman nave, the 14th century Lady Chapel and west wall, and the 16th century west tower. It still has plenty of fine Norman architecture and is well worth a visit. The gatehouse dates back to the 14th century, as does Harold's Bridge, which crosses Cornmill Stream. The gatehouse's west wall has 2 beautiful arched gateways that are dressed in limestone, one for pedestrians and one for carriages. Also visible on the site are some remains of the cloister and chapter house walls, along with remains of a post-medieval house. I'll give you a link to the English Heritage page on Waltham Abbey Gatehouse and Bridge to see photos of it and to find out more about visiting it. Also on this day in Tudor history, the 23rd of March 1534, the Pope issued a bull proclaiming Catherine of Aragon to be England's true queen and Mary the heir to the throne, while the English Parliament declared Anne Boleyn to be England's rightful queen and her daughter Elizabeth the heir. Find out more about that strange situation in last year's video, which I'll give you a link to. You can subscribe to this channel by clicking round about there. You can hit the bell to be notified as these videos go live, and you can also leave a comment and give me a like. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow.